Okay, Saturday morning and a new review. This guy right here. Let's get it. Okay, guys, so here he is, and I can say this, here he is in all his glory. This is Stan Lee the Barber from Thor Ragnarok. And it looks cool in the box. This is, the type of boxes they have the Stan Lee figures in. I think they did the last Stan Lee release like this. That was the Guardians of the Galaxy one with him in the spacesuit. So they kind of did this the same way, this box display, this clamshell box display, which honestly I think is kind of silly because it's a box within a box. As you can see, this is the figure right here. All the accessories are behind them, and I believe you're supposed to take the figure and accessories out of here and put them into this box. So I would say, why you just didn't give us this box? But I guess they wanted to make, because it's a special edition, they wanted to do that. Sorry for this light right here, guys. Yeah, can't do nothing about that right now. But I guess that's why they did it like that. Let's flip it around on the back. Says the same thing. You get the little Sakaar calligraphy or writing, whatever. It says Stan Lee, the Barber, Sakaar Planet, Saving Cuts. And they got this to look like a whole classic haircut menu. You have the scissor apparatus that was on his hand right here, Thor Ragnarok logo, all the regular stuff from Hot Toys. You guys have seen it a million times, but you just haven't seen it presented like this. Overall, I think it's a cool display box, but yeah, and it looks appealing like if you get it from a store or something like that. If you saw it hanging in a store, it would look real. This would look real, kind of cool. So I guess that's why they did it for stores and stuff like that. I bought this from Sideshow, but you can get this right now from, if you live in the Washington DC area, the DMV area, you could probably go to Third Eye Comics and pick this up right now. They actually have this on sale. Little plug for Third Eye, just a little bit of plug for Third Eye Comics. And so now that you've seen this bad boy, let's get him out the box and put him in another box. Okay, so now it's like we're doing the video backwards. Here is the figure. As you can see, we pulled it out of the case, out of the clamshell, and put it in the box. And like I said, I wouldn't have been, I would have been cool if the figure came like this in this smaller style box. It's actually pretty cool, and it fits my turntable perfectly. But yeah, this is the box right here. This is the figure in the box, and it looks cool. So at least it gives you some, display options. Like if you don't like that whole clamshell thing, you could just go ahead and get rid of it and just, throw that away and just keep your figure inside and keep this box and keep all the contents on this box right here. But I don't know anybody that want to do that. I'm real, anal about my collectibles, and I like to keep them the way that they came. Okay guys, here are the accessories that come with the Stan Lee figure. As you can see right here, you got the base right here. Love these Thor Ragnarok bases. They look awesome, especially this one. Love the colors in it. It's just great. You get a bunch of Stan Lee hands right there. You see his signature ring, his rings. He also has his Spider-Man whip hand. Same hands that come with all the Stan Lee figures. You get his very cool red glass stylized Stan Lee specs that come that are a part that fit very well with his costume. And probably the most interesting part of the if I can get it the hell out, there we go. Most interesting accessory, a smaller part of the blade apparatus, which looks very, very cool. And here he is in all his glory. Stan Lee the Barber from Thor Ragnarok. This thing looks amazing. I love it. I love it. I love the colors of the outfit, the hand apparatus, the scissor hand apparatus, and I really love, which will probably be my favorite piece of the figure, is this little headpiece right here that goes around the back. That harness, that just looks so cool and so Jack Kirby inspired. And you know, to know that Stan and Jack Kirby were like the guys that, you know, did all this Marvel stuff is just a very cool and very important figure to have in your collection, especially if you collect the Thor Ragnarok line. I mean, honestly, I don't know why anybody would have this if they don't have the Thor Ragnarok line, but if you're a Stan Lee fan like that, definitely get it. I mean, I'll say get this figure. This figure, if you're a Marvel collector, this figure, it's not I'm not going to say it's an essential figure to have in your Marvel collection, especially if you already have the original Stan Lee figure like I do. But if you're going to collect these cameo Stan Lee figures, you might as well go and grab them to complete your collection. I mean, he's just like the perfect, it's like having a good meal. Your collection is this good meal, and the Stan Lee figure would be like the extra little topping or the garnish on the side, to say the least. Oh no, I'm talking about food. I must be hungry. Anyway, this thing looks great, guys. Really does look great. Okay, let's take a closer look at the sculpt. And Stan just looks excellent in this. Hot Toys just does a good job at doing older characters and older people. They just, I don't know how they do it, but just all the wrinkles, all the spots, the texture of the hair, it just looks on point and just looks so accurate. It's just amazing. Just super amazing how they do that. Once again, this little headpiece, harness piece right here, like I said, is just one of my favorite parts of the figure, and it just looks so cool and just so Jack Kirby. It's just amazing. Looks great. Okay, we show the midsection of the figure, and it just looks good as I don't know what. I love the little, and you know, when you look at these costumes in the movie, you don't see all these details until you get them in figure form. So I didn't even realize that strip going down the side of the shirt like that. And it just looks great. The belt piece is just super detailed and just looks weathered and worn. And when you say weathered and worn, like just this area right here looks real, it looks kind of dirty. It looks like, you know, he's been cutting people's hair, not changing this smock or whatever for like years, and it just looks, you know, not exactly 100% new, which you don't want. It looks lived in is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, looks great. You also see the hand scissor apparatus arm gauntlet thing. That looks super cool, super awesome, super dope. Okay, we look at the bottom of the figure. We look at the boots, and the boots are awesome. I wish these were the boots that they would use on some of the Star Wars characters, like the you know how the Star Wars figures, they all have like those pleather material boots that kind of always crease up and everything. I really wish they used these boots. Now I know you don't get much of a toe crunch and all that, or a ball joint and everything, but they just look so good and so accurate. I mean, if they could just come up with something to make it still posable but look like this, then they really be doing something. And I know that's virtually impossible, but the boots on this figure look great. Once again, we also talk about how lived in and worn these things is. Look at the scuff marks on the front of the boots and in the back. I mean, this thing is super detailed. They put a lot of detail in this figure, and I gotta admit, this figure may not be the most exciting figure in the Thor Ragnarok line, but what it lacks in excitement and accessories and all that, it makes up for definitely in detail. Okay, so before I show you the posability of this figure, I want you to take a look at that head sculpt. That is just amazing. I mean, if that's not Stan Lee, I don't know what is. I had the pleasure of meeting Stan Lee twice, And I can tell you, looking at him with my own eyes, this is the guy. This is the man. They did an excellent job on that. All right, so moving on, I'm gonna show you the poses. Definitely poses good. The arms pose like that, all that goodness. Typical Hot Toys body. He kicks up about this wide. Very poseable. Head turns, of course. 360 head turns, all that good stuff. So, yeah. I mean, the costume, it's nothing really restricting on the costume at all. So you can get a lot of poses out of this guy. I don't know why you would. I mean, the only pose he really did in this was him holding up the hand scissor thing and cutting off his, Thor's hair. But yeah, you can get him into a lot of poses. Okay guys, so that's been my review of MMS 570 Hot Toys Stan Lee the Barber from Thor Ragnarok. Let me know if you're gonna get this guy. Share, like, subscribe, bang that bell for notifications and all that good stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Peace, and we are out.